Hello, good morning. It's Tuesday morning. I'm live this morning with Songbird Stamper. I'm a bit tired this morning. I slept for 12 hours last night. We went to bed at 9 o'clock. Russ said it's a bit early. I said I'm shattered. I didn't actually get to sleep until 10. We talked, and then I woke up this morning about 5:30. Was going to get up and decided to go back to bed. So I actually woke up at probably about 9 o'clock. So I must have needed it. I went out for a long bike ride yesterday, and I must have tired myself out. I'm not used to doing an awful lot of exercise, so I must have shuttered myself out and slept well last night. Good morning. I can see some people logging on. I'm just going to try and find the video, but I thought we'd do something 3D this morning. I've made enough cards. I love 3D projects, but I haven't made one for a while now. So I thought I would log on and we'll do something 3D. I had a bit of a debate with myself as to what we would do, but I love making exploding candle boxes. So that's what we're going to do this morning. So let me try and find the video. I can't seem to talk and look for the video at the same time. So I'll turn the volume off. That's off. Come on, there we are. How is everybody doing this morning? I hope you are all doing well. It's a little bit wetter and more miserable this week. Good morning, Kate. How are you? Good morning, Sarah. How are you doing? Oh, thank you, Claire. Yeah, I'm tired. Glad I don't look too tired. Ah, you just done a bunch of candle boxes for friends. They're not exploding. I love the exploding boxes. I had to trawl back through my Facebook history though this morning to try and find the instructions. I told everybody in my team that they should get a notebook, and if they do projects they should write them down. I mean, you can do it online, but I'm really not a online kind of person. I'm a pen and paper kind of person, hence my crafting. So this is where I try and write all my instructions for my projects and things, but I didn't have this one written down in there, so it is now in there. And we should be able to do that as long as the instructions are right. You've just started your notebook, have you, Anne-Marie? Good, I'm pleased, because there's nothing worse than going, oh, I've made that before, brilliant. Oh, where's the instructions? How did I make that? Let's get the measurements out again. Nothing worse. So, I have done this board. I have one to show you, so you're going to have to tune in all the way until the end. Well, I do, but it's in a box, and I'm not getting it down and out, so... Good morning, Sandy. You're going to have to tune in all the way until the end to see what we made. But I'm working with the Forever Greenery suite of products this morning. This is a fab suite of products. It's very popular. Good morning, Anita. You're fed up of looking for the scraps? You write them on? Yeah, quite. I did that for a long time, writing everything down on a scrap of paper and then searching for it. So get yourself a book, guys. Write it all in your book. I've tabbed it up with the old tab punch as well. So we've got techniques, 3D projects, card sketches and fancy folds. And I thought I nearly went for a fancy fold, but we'll do that next time. So the Forever Greenery suite of products is a very popular suite of products. The whole suite is £97. But I'll show you everything that you get for your money in with that. And don't forget, during June you've got the joining offer. So you could get all of the whole suite plus an extra £33 worth of product of whatever you want, plus another bundle, stamps and dies or stamps and punches, for the same price as the suite, £97. No, it's like £99 is what it'll cost you. Morning, Jill. How are you doing? So don't forget that there is the offer on at the moment. It is a fabulous little offer. If you're not sure what you would get for your money, give me a shout. More than happy to run you through it. But I'll spin you around for now and I'll show you what you get in the suite of the Forever Greenery. And then we'll get on to making our box, shall we? Right, let me spin you around. During the launch, my phone holder kept spinning off. Did you guys notice? I got Russ to fix it for me though, so we should be better today. I've just realised I don't have any grid paper underneath there, so let me get some, because if we do some stamping, we're going to need it. And I think we will be doing some stamping because it's a Stampin' Up demonstration. Why would we not be doing some stamping? Right, let me slide that one underneath there. So, this is the gold foil which we're going to be using. It's stunning, isn't it? And this is the Designer Series paper, the Forever Greenery Designer Series paper. So in the suite you get a whole stack of that. You get the Forever Fern stamp set, which is gorgeous. Yeah, that's the gold Miri, the gold foil, Jill. It's lovely, isn't it? You've got a whole file folder full of techniques and measurements. Still seem to go back to your A6 cards. Yeah, I know. It's just, that's your go-to, isn't it? But I thought I really wanted to do something a bit different today. I've not done something different for a while. And these are the dies that coordinate with these. And you get these different ones here. And then the blank ones are the ones that cut out the shapes that you're going to stamp. Look at the sentiments as well. So you get those, that's the bundle. So you could get that free with £130 worth of stuff when you buy, when you join Stampin' Up during June. These are the embossing folders. I don't know if you can see them. That's one of them. They're the mini ones to go in the mini platform, but they work just as well in any big shot or any embossing folder. Let me put something under there. Look. Love this. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Need to use my embossing folders more, I think. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? Yeah, the brass foil is fab, isn't it, Sarah? This one's the gold one, but the brass one's even shinier. It's stunning. And they're £4.75, is it? I think for two 12 by 12 sheets. I think it's £4.75. Let me just check if I can find them quickly enough. £4.75, yeah. And then as part of the suite, you get this gold twine. I must admit, I'm nearly out of gold twine. And this bandage ribbon that Lisa says looks like bandage. And I tell you what, it ties a lovely knot or a lovely bow. So flexible. But we're not going to, I don't think we're going to use those today. We're going to use a different ribbon. And you get these gold hoops. If anyone has got the gold hoop embellishments, they fit really well inside one of your old embellishment tins. I don't know why they didn't put them in there. Maybe the height of them when you first get them, but I've used quite a few. So you get these gold hoops. And they're just flat backed. So you just stick them down with Tombow glue. Put some Tombow around the outside and then stick those down. One of these has got a little, I was trying to make a wreath look, but obviously, I know I was trying to make, that's what it was. I was trying to make a dream catcher. I tell you what, I've never done anything quite so fiddly in my entire life. The person that did one in the catalogue, and I've seen a couple of people do them, must have patience of a saint. So I gave up, but now I just have a hanging tub of embellishments. So, we're going to start with a piece of card measuring 9 1/4 by 9 1/4. So let's get those out of the way. So you do need 12 by 12 really to make this work, and I'm not sure yet what colour I'm going to go for. So it's either going to be soft seafoam. This is the Sattles mix pack of 12 by 12, and these are £11.25 for 20 sheets. And they're great for scrapbooking or for 3D projects that require 12 by 12 card. So one of those two I think we're going to go for. Though we could pull out a garden green. I mean, there's so many greens in this suite. We've got garden green, pear pizzazz, just jade, pretty peacock, shaded spruce or soft seafoam. So we could go for any of them. The candle that we're going to work with is like a vanilla, which doesn't suit the papers all that well. Ah, yes, oh, this wrong suite, Sarah. Yeah, that's the World of Good. The World of Good is the brass, as I'm sure you absolutely know. So I'm going to pull out the papers and see which ones I like, and then I'm going to work with the right card, if that makes sense. That's the embossing folder. Pretty, isn't it? It was again for a part finished project. So I don't really want anything with too much white in it, because I'm going to be working with vanilla. That's not got too much white in it. That's quite nice. I need two pieces that coordinate with each other. Oh. Throwing my Designer Series paper all over the floor. Bear with me. There we go. Right. I'm expecting a Stampin' Up delivery, but it's coming tomorrow, not today. Our class. That's nice. Yeah, I think we'll go with that one. Our July class products are supposed to be being delivered, which is very exciting. The dotty one could work. See my mad, crazy process when we do this, because I should have selected them beforehand, but at least you get to see all the different types of papers. Right, I've narrowed it down to these, so we just need to decide. I think I'm going for Pear Pizzazz, that one and that one, inside and outside. Yeah, I think I like that. Right. Sure. Let's tidy up everything. There is 6 greens in that suite. Claire, yeah, that was one of the questions during the launch party. 6 greens. So we're going for Pear Pizzazz card, and I'm going to cut it to, I need my notebook back now, look. 3D projects. I'm going to cut it to 9 1/4 by 9 1/4 inches. It's all in inches, this project. I'm one of those strange people that work in inches and in centimetres, depending on what is best for the moment. And so some projects can be both centimetres and inches, which is much to the dismay of my class ladies. But it gets you all used to using different measurements. So 9 1/4 by 9 1/4. And then we're going to score that at 3 1/4 inches on all sides. Three and a quarter. I hope this fits the candle. You work in both as well, Lisa? Yeah, I just find like sometimes one suits and sometimes the other suits. 3 1/4. They're totally interchangeable to me. I know some people can't even do like the conversions. If you say centimeters, they just can't work in it. I think it's good practice. And 3 1/4. So 3 1/4 on all sides. No worries, Sarah. Thanks for joining us, my lovely. You take care. Have a nice day. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to cut first and then fold. So I've got my big scissors this time, and what we're going to do is cut away all the 4 corners. I mean, it seems like such a waste, but they just go in my scrap straws. So we're going to cut down every single score line, but leaving that middle hole. Morning, Heidi. So cut away all of our corners, and the reason I haven't folded them first and burnished them is because if you do that, you can then get a ridge. Morning, Pat. You get more of a ridge where you've folded and burnished it, and I think that spoils the look of the card slightly, the look of the box. So I'm just cutting down the centre of the score line as best I can to the centre anyway. I can't really see what I'm doing. Yeah, this is Pear Pizzazz, Heidi. It is a nice green. It's the Subtles collection, so it's not too bright, but it's not wishy-washy either. I'm kind of wondering now whether I should have tested this before I started making it. I hope it fits our candle. But this would be a nice gift to give to somebody, or sell at craft fairs if you're selling good stuff at craft fairs. These went really, really well for me when I was selling at craft fairs. I had them up for £4.50. I think I put them up to £5 in the end, and I was selling like hotcakes. I could easily sell 6 or 7 of those in a fair, even when I wasn't doing all that well on anything else. So that is our the base of our box. Then what I'm going to do is fold and burnish these. Heidi, those sunflowers in your garden look absolutely fabulous. Look, and so that just comes up like that, okay? So that's the base of our box there. I'm going to go straight in and make the lid, I think, and then do all the papers separately. So for the lid, we need a piece of paper that's 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. I'm just going to check my scraps box and see if I've got anything in there. Always try and use my scraps first, and look, I've got nearly a whole sheet there. So we can put all these other bits that we cut away into the scraps folder, and we want this to be 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. Oh, the Heidi, are they looking good? Ours just look like tall plants at the moment. I must get out there and feed them like you said. I should have done that at the weekend. 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. So what you need to do, because we're making a lid, okay, so we need to score this. We need to score it at 1 inch round, okay, but we want to score it at just under 1 inch because we're making a lid to go on a box, okay, so you need the lid to be ever so slightly bigger. So when I say score it just under 1, there's the 1 inch mark. Just pull it backwards ever so slightly and score. Okay, and it's only practice will tell you how much is too much. Sometimes you'll get boxes that are too loose, sometimes you'll get them that are too tight. And practice, you'll eventually figure out how much you need to bring that back in by. But it's literally the width of a slice of card. So however thick the card is that you're using, you need to pull it back in from 1 inch by that much. So that's what I mean when we're making boxes and I say score it at just under 1 inch. So then we fold and burnish all of those score lines. And then we'll just use the snips. We're just making a box lid, okay, so you trim up, notch out, turn it around 90 degrees, trim up, notch out, turn it round. Just keep going like that until you've done all 4 corners. And that just makes it easier to close up. So now that should fit on top of our box, okay? I'm going to decorate it first. I'm going to be brave. Quite often when I'm making boxes, I will just glue it down and make sure it fits first, because you don't want to spend all your time decorating this beautiful box that you just made when it doesn't fit. Okay, but we're that's often what I do when I'm making boxes, but I'm pretty sure this time it's going to fit. So what we need for our getting a bit of a cough yesterday and today. I'm hoping it's not a cough really, just a dry throat. I need to definitely watch that. I haven't really been anywhere to pick anything up, but 4 mats of gold I'm going with, 3 inches by 2.5 inches. So we want 3 inches by 2.5 inches. That's 3 inches. That's 2.5 there, so I can get 1 out of here. 4 mats, 3 by 2.5. 1. 2. 3. 4. So that's 4 mats, 3 inches by 2.5, but we need another set of 4. Okay, so this does use quite a lot of gold foil, I'm not going to lie. And I'm using Stampin' Up's expensive gold foil because I want it to be pretty. So let's get rid of that and that because they won't fit. And we want 3 inches. So we know this is 12 inches by 12 inches. Okay, so if we cut it to 2.5, then we'll get the 4 3-inch long out of this. Yeah, I probably just need to drink more. I think the reason I was so tired as well, I think I'm just incredibly dehydrated. I've been terrible ever since I was a little kid for not drinking enough fluid, especially with I did 13 kilometers on my bike yesterday, up and down the hills and stuff, so just don't think I drank enough water. So 3 by 2.5, we've got 8 of those. Okay, then for the lid we need one that is a mat that is 2.5 by 2.5. I don't think any of these are big enough. Oh, actually, oh, that nearly is. That's a shame, isn't it? I'll save that for something else. Yeah, it was a really good ride. I had a lovely ride out. Went down to Southampton Common, 2.5 by 2.5. So don't forget on this, when you're cutting down to 2.5, you've got the guide down the right hand side on this trimmer. So you can bring that down quite easily to 2.5. So you don't have to trim the whole lot off. And then you can line that back up there at 2.5 and trim up to your score line. So you get a nice little piece, 2.5 by 2.5, and you've got the rest of this sheet whole to work with rather than having to trim off a hole like that. Right, so then we need some designer series paper, and I'm going to go with this one, and I want it to be this way up, okay, with my pattern coming down. So I know I need 3 inches is the downside, so that needs to be 2 3/4 inches. 2 3/4 inches. Trim off one of those by 2 1/4. So we need 4 of these. Yeah, it is like a non-cough, Patricia. It's like, it's not even there really, but every now and again I just get a little tickle. 2.5 by 3 by so many measurements. DSP 2 3/4 by 2 1/4. 2 1/4. So yeah, it's something and nothing really, but it's, did yours clear up then? I don't really suffer from hay fever, but I'm putting it down to not enough fluid. Ah, yeah, second-hand bike. Heidi, I might be able to help you. I've got a second bike. I don't know what condition it's in though, but it's in the old house. I can have a look at it and see if it's any good. I love getting out on my bike. Absolutely love it. So I'm doing that one, and then I'm going to use the reverse side. So it's the back of that one. So I can just use this sheet here still. That's well spotted. I nearly cut into a whole new sheet. 2 3/4 by 2 1/4. Again, I want this one this way around because the ferns are coming up. So you've got to look and see if your paper is directional. I know it's not a shopper. I was just going to say, it depends what kind of bike you're looking for. It's a proper mountain bike. Might not quite be what you're after for. You've got a couple of my little boxes from the Hambledon show. Yeah, I made some for all the shows. They've done really well. One has a band around the box which slides off. Is it a candle box? I don't remember making one of those. 2 3/4 by 2 1/4. So 2 1/4, and we need 4 of these again. 2 1/4. 2 1/4. I wonder when craft fairs are going to start up again. Community centres have still been ordered to stay closed, in case anybody was wondering. So yeah, community centres are not opening, and they've got no idea when they are going to be opening. So we've got those. Then we need one for the top, but I'm not sure. Well, I suppose it doesn't really matter because it's the same side. So that's going to be 2.5 by 2.5. No problem, Heidi. No problem. Yeah, I've got a hybrid, a woman's hybrid now. I tell you what, the hybrid is much better. I got rid of my old mountain bike. I actually traded it in. They gave me quite a lot of money off it, considering of what state it was in. The other one I've got in the other house is pretty new, but the one I traded in was pretty old. That should have been 2.25 by 2.25. So I've done 2.5. 2.25. So I'll just trim a little bit more off. Oh, I don't remember making one of those, Anita. You'll have to show me a picture. Actually, I'm going to trim some off that side because I prefer that. These are like succulents. I think these remind me of succulents. So, hopefully soon. Yeah, I really don't know. I've got no idea. People keep asking me when do I think we'll be able to get back together, and I don't know. So, we've got all of our bits cut now, and we just need to assemble them together. So we grab some glue and start sticking. You could use snail as well. Maybe I should use snail. I've got the new Stampin' Seals coming. So I probably ought to try and use some of the old ones up, to be honest. But liquid glue just seems to be my go-to glue. So if you wanted these with less of a border, you can do. You just need to change the width of the paper, but it's so much easier for me to describe a 1/4 of an inch lower. I could rework it all in centimetres and then do 4mm, but it's quite therapeutic now. You've done all the cutting and now you're just going to do all the sticking. So for those of you watching who are took part in my catalogue launch the other day and won prizes and things, I'll be in Denmead tomorrow. I've got an appointment at 9 o'clock, and then I will probably do the rounds, and then I'll be going over to the old house to sort some bits and bobs out. So I should be around about 10:30. So that's those 4. Because we need to decorate the inside and the outside. Oh, no worries, Patricia. Take care. Thank you for joining us. Pop these on here. You can just hear the birds singing. It's quite nice. It's getting noisier and noisier out there again now, but still not too bad. The airport hasn't really started up yet, so when they do, then it will get a bit noisy. You will indeed see me tomorrow, Anita. Yeah, I was thinking of coming over today, but I'm over there tomorrow anyway, and I didn't know if I was going to be. Yes, Claire, I've got a massive goodie bag for you. Claire's been shopping on my Craft Along buy and sell page. I'm selling off a lot of my retired stock. So if you're not a member of that page and you would like to be, please do ask to join. I'm selling off a lot of my old embellishments, twines. I've got ribbons and papers to put up soon. There's stamps on there and all sorts. So they'll be going up on the Stampin' Addicts page and the buy and sell Stampin' Up page soon. But I wanted to give everybody that I know first dibs on it. So if you watch my videos, you get a little bit of a pre-order on my retired stuff, and Claire's got a nice little bag full. So I'm going to put the busier ones on the outside. Oh, poops. There we go. Got most of that off. I've got my handy little glue eraser now. Honestly, I do not know how I have been crafting for so long without it. I mean, that is just incredible. That is incredible. Oops, yes. Yes, oops. I'm out all day, so I'm out all day, so we'll wait until I see you. Oh, bless you. Yeah, I can drive up to you, Heidi. I was going to post yours, actually, but you're not far outside of Denmead. So you're going to wait in until I come up to you? Let me know whether that's what you meant. Yeah, it'd be nice to see you on the doorstep. Does it smell awful? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. First dibs, Anita. Yep, lovely for the first dibs. Yeah, so get on there. I say I'll be putting it on Stampin' Addicts at the weekend, and I'm sure it will all go pretty fast when I pop it on there, or the Stampin' Up buy and sell page. So if there's anything you want, just let me know. Jot it down underneath the picture, and I can get that out to you. Oh, you're out all day tomorrow. Sorry, I was trying to understand what you meant, Heidi. Bless you. Well, have a lovely day out. Where are you going? No, I'll post it. Yeah, I'll just post it, Heidi. Right, so that's our last one. Don't forget when you go round, you need to work from the bottom up, if that makes sense. So this is the bottom, and all your directionals need to come up away from the bottom. Okay, it's pretty, isn't it? It's coming together. You confuse yourself. That's lovely, isn't it? No, I always think you're quite a way out of Denmead, but you're really not, actually. And then I'm just going to stick these on the inside. And again, you need to work from, well, you don't need to do anything, you can do what you want, it's your box. But if you had a directional, make sure you just work in the way that you want to, if that makes sense. Claire, honestly, I don't know where I've been not having a glue eraser. I mean, I'm pretty clumsy, as you saw there. I'm forever gluing something and then dropping it. So, over and above popping mats and layers onto these, I don't normally do an awful lot else. I sold a load of these at work as well for Valentine's, was it Valentine's Day? Yeah, and Mother's Day. Just make a really solid handmade gift. So that's the inside, that's the outside. Pop that to one side, and we're going to do our lid. I'm going to use Fast Fuse for this. I always use Fast Fuse for the box, and we've got the new Stampin' Seal Plus coming tomorrow, so that's going to be amazing. I'll be able to show you that. But when I'm working and I really want a strong bond, but not a messy, then I just use this Fast Fuse. Oh, can you mark on surfaces? I'll tell you what, my crafting desk is an absolute state. Those that saw my before pictures and my after pictures will have seen my craft desk and my unit, and it's actually an old piece of bedroom furniture. I picked it up from Petersfield when I moved here to Southampton. I think it was on for like, I don't know, I want to say £60, but it's huge. It's enormous. It took me 3 journeys to get it in the car and back. Let's do it 3 trips. So that's our box lid. And the reason I said I was going to decorate it and then put it together. The reason I haven't is because I still haven't decided which design, which pattern I want on the top. So I'm going to see what they both look like. So I'm just popping it together. So again, I've gone for quite big borders, but if you want smaller borders, then you absolutely can. So that's that paper, and that's that paper. They're both gorgeous, aren't they? So let's pop our candle in here. Put our lid on, and then I can see better what I'm doing. It's got to be that one. Yep, that one. It matches the front then. Oh, you've just done it on your card. So easy to do. Pick one up from Amazon. Jill managed to find them on Amazon. I will be forever grateful for my gift. So let's pop that on there. I think it's one of those things that once you've used it, you'll never not use it again. But if you don't have one, it's like, oh, do I really need one? Yeah, thank you. I absolutely love making these. So I was gonna go for, yeah, I'm gonna put this ribbon round. So I'm gonna pop some ribbon round. I'll save the big reveal until later. So what do I think is the front? Probably this one. Wrapping ribbon round things is always a tricky one because you're always going to have a join. So you either need to accept that you're going to have a join and put it at the back, or you need to put something over your join. So I would tend to put sentiment, and that's what I'm going to try and do today. So I'm just going to wrap some red tape round. Also helps to hold your box lid together. Not that we should need any help, but mine and yours arrived, but you ran out of glue. Oh, Jill, the irony. Oh, bless you. Have you got glue sorted? I hope so. You ran out of glue. And I'm wondering if I'm on Mo's big screen. Mo said to me that yesterday that she was hoping to have her internet sorted so that she could get me on the television. And I said, oh, that sounds exciting. I'd love to be on there. Always wanted to be on the big screen. I haven't actually. I don't mind this. I don't mind doing lives. I wondered if I would when I started doing them. I know a lot of people hate it. I really don't mind it. Right, so I've wrapped some ribbon round. This is the God, this is old. Yeah, this is, but it's still current. They keep running it over, and it's the gold and vanilla metallic edged ribbon. Really lovely ribbon. £4.75 I think for 9 meters, 10 yards. Yeah, really nice ribbon. So I'm going to try and decorate that and put a little sentiment over the front of it. I don't quite know what I'm doing yet, but oh, maybe just a hello. Yeah, let's go with that. So this stamp set's got this cute little word hello there, and we literally only need a little stamp punched out, really. Let's see what thin die shapes I've got. You'll have to bear with me while I have a bit of a rummage around for a label die. Oh, okay. What about the Sailing Home one? That's got a nice... This one in the Sailing Home suite's nice, look. And if that hello just fits in there. I think that'll be perfect. So I'm just going to get some very vanilla and die cut that out. I'll get my Everything's a little bit of a mess again in my craft room. Surprise, surprise. Actually, I might cut that out of gold and then cut the hello out separately. Changing my mind. Right. So I've cut that out of the gold. That's pretty, isn't it? And then I'm going to cut one out of vanilla and then try and trim the middle bit out. Clonk, clonk. So you don't necessarily need to cut this out with the die, but I just wanted to. So I have try and make my cutting a little bit easier. So I'm going to stamp it in maybe garden green. To match this up here, I think, and just so it stands out a little bit. Yeah. So I haven't stamped that right in the middle, but that's okay because we're going to cut it out. Oh, lovely, Heidi. Yeah, that would be really nice. It's supposed to be raining this week, though. You'll have to watch the weather. But yeah, that does sound nice. Spending your days with your oil and craft is definitely make. Oh, life will be okay, Claire. Of course it will. Yeah, everything's going to be fine. Oh, thanks, Anita. Yeah, you said David does a lot of your gardening. Russ does not. Bless him. I said to him the other day, I said, should we do June's gardening tasks? Bless him. Yeah. I said, it's literally one day a month we need to do the gardening, babes. But he wasn't overly convinced. So I've just trimmed that and I'm just going to pop that in the middle there. Okay. It's a little bit fiddly, but worth it. And then I think I'll pop that up on some dimensionals. Oh, this is getting a bit gluey at the end. Let's take some of that off. I'm getting really excited for earthing up my potatoes. Not earthing them up, we've done that bit, digging them up. Can't wait to dig them up. I'm just hoping that my excitement is not misplaced. I'm hoping there's some decent tomatoes in there. So that's our little banner. I think Dexter likes doing your gardening. I'm just going to pop that up on some dimensionals. Oh, I've picked off 3. I don't think I need 3. Yeah, we haven't really got a garden as such. We've got more like a yard. There is some grass at the top, but it doesn't get used at all. So I'm just going to pop that over the ribbon like that, and that just covers the join. So I think that's quite pretty. Potatoes. Yeah, we're digging up the potatoes. I've got tomatoes growing as well. I've got a cucumber plant, which I have no idea what I'm doing with. I've got a pumpkin plant, likewise, no idea what I'm doing with that. I'm just letting them grow at the moment and see what happens. We've got gherkins. We've got oh, what haven't we got? We've got gherkins, we've got courgettes, we've got runner beans, we've got lettuces growing, a blueberry plant which has only given me 6 blueberries, we talked about that before. Right, so that's our little box, and it just says hello on it. So we could leave it just like that, and I would be more than happy to give that to somebody. Or we can decorate the candle. The only problem with decorating candles is you have to tell people to be very, very careful. And I don't tend to decorate the candles if I'm selling them at fairs. I always pre-buy my candles and make sure they've got the warning on the bottom, because if you're selling it, obviously you have to make sure you're adhering to all of the rules and regulations with regards to selling things. And if you then put something on here and somebody lights it and that sets fire because it gets too hot, then you could be in danger, let's say. But if you're just giving it to a friend or family, then you can say to them, just be very careful and maybe take the decoration off first, or just use it as a decoration. You can tell this one's a bit dusty. Love gherkins and courgette. I have no idea whether the courgettes aren't doing very well because the flowers aren't getting pollinated, but the gherkins should do okay. I grew them last year and didn't realise I had to wigwam them, and they just grew all over the floor, so they weren't great. But oh, thanks, Jill. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I might just do some stamping and some die cut and just put a sprig of flowers up there. So let's grab the Pear Pizzazz ink, I think, and my piece of Very Vanilla. This is where I've got to try not to get ink all over my project. I just keep going to this one same leaf. There are more in this stamp set. So let's use a couple. Yeah, we've got strawberries as well, Heidi. They're doing really well. Are yours doing okay? How many years worth have you got? I've heard that they're much better than the second year round. We've got 3 blueberry bushes in the garden with the rhubarb and the gooseberry bush. Then, oh, are they? Yeah, mine. Well, we repotted it, so I think it needs a year to settle in, as we said the other time. But I'm wondering if the Pick Your Own is open. I love the Pick Your Own. So I'm going to stamp these and then die cut those out. So you can see from these dies, this one goes on this one, and this one, and there's 2 of these. There's 2 stamps, look, one goes either way, and so do the dies, which I think is really pretty. Quite often I think, oh, I wish that goes the other way. Jill, I love plums. Do you get through them all, or do you have to end up giving them away? Because if you have to give them away, I'll drive down and grab some. Absolutely love plums. There's in Denmead, there is, down the side of the road, and I'm not going to tell you all where it is, there is a plum tree, and I go and get them off the plum tree there, and I stand there on the side of the street picking them off, and everyone looks at me like I'm a bit of a stranger, picking things out of the trees. You have to jump to get them. I nearly took my stepladder down one time. I wouldn't have done it, but my dad, bless him, he's a bit more adventurous than me. He was like, oh, what's this? And I was like, Dad, don't eat it. You've just found it on the side of the road. And he started eating it. He says, it's a plum. This is the man who, when we went to Greece, saw a prickly pear bush and said, oh, you can eat prickly pears. And so I said, right, okay. And I'm sat at the top Googling it. By this time, he's jumped over the sea wall, gone down over onto the where the prickly pear bush is, started picking them, and then managed to get all spines in his fingers, which he then had to live with for the next 3 days. I was like, when he was saying ow, I said, oh, Dad, don't pick them. I've just learnt that you can need to burn off the prickly pear bit, the actual prickles. So I don't know if I want both of those after all. Oh, please do save me a bag, Jill. I'll come and get them. Oh, lovely. They've been out there for ages. You've got a mulberry bush and an apple tree. Yeah, I used to have an apple tree. Didn't get on very well with it. And the veg. Oh, fantastic, Claire. You'll be doing well this year. Got red currants ready for picking. Yes, Jill. Ouch. Bless him. Luckily, he doesn't complain too much. Then we took them back to the boat. This is when we were sailing out in Greece. And we took them back to the boat and then burnt all the prickles off on the fire. But I was like, if you just let me Google it first, could have told you that. Got some red currants before and made some jam. Oh, nice. So I'm just going to stick this on with Tombow glue, I think. Although it's going to be really difficult. I might just put it on with a couple of glue dots and then it could be pulled off. Yeah, let's go glue dots. Because I don't want anything on there that can't really come off. Jill, I spoke to Lynn last night. I'm going to send the paper share to you. She says you're eagerly anticipating it. So I've just finished another paper share. If anybody is interested in doing another paper share, I've got one on the list at least at the moment. And I can keep running them all throughout the year. As long as people want them, I keep running them. So, yeah, we've got greengrocers between us. We ought to do a little tally, see who's got what, and then do a swapsies. Because we're going to end up with too many runner beans, I think. Oh, too many broad beans. I hate broad beans, and yet they're doing really, really well. Oh, the only reason we're growing them is because the book said to grow them. I don't know what we're going to do with them. So if anybody likes broad beans, let me know. So I've just stuck that on there with a few glue dots, so that should come off nice and easily if we wanted it to. And then I might just put that sentiment down the bottom here. I don't know how I'm going to cut it out. So yes, if anybody does want another paper share, then please do let me know, and I can get that organised. £25 for 96 sheets of paper from the current catalogue. I wonder whether I just fussy cut that sentiment out. So this sentiment I love, and it says you can do this. So anybody going through a little bit of a difficult time, this would be absolutely perfect for. There's also another one though, I might use, it's to a friend that makes me smile. And you could put that just in a circle and pop that on here. That might be quite nice actually. So let me fussy cut this one out and see what I think. But it might not look how I want it to look. It's a bit of an odd one to fussy cut because it's kind of straight but kind of not. No, I don't think I'm going to like that. Oh, we've got blackberries growing at the front, oh sorry, in the back garden. We just need to figure out how to get them down. They're growing so high up. Need a long pair of lops. If yours are accessible, Claire, if they are, then it's brilliant, isn't it? I love going out blackberry picking. Make a rhubarb and blackberry rhubarb crumble. Is that a thing? Yeah, it's just a bit small. Yeah, I do. In Denmark, I just jump up and try and knock the plums off the tree. I really ought to, I say, grab my ladders down really, but trying to do it surreptitiously. So I'm going to go for the new Tasteful Touches dies if I can find them in my stash. I'm hoping they fit the sentiment that I want to use. Tasteful labels. These are the new ones that go with the In Good Taste suite. I don't know if it will fit actually. There's that one that definitely will. I was thinking these two might go together, but that's going to be too small. Let's see how this looks. Look, I've got something to show you all as well. When we finish this, I'll show you something. So that's my, isn't that lovely with that stitching? If it focuses. Come on. There it is. Love that effect around there. So I'm going to stamp on there. I'm going to stamp to a friend that makes me smile. Hopefully, if I can get it lined up right anyway. I'm going to go for Pear Pizzazz, not the Garden Green, I think, because it's a bit bigger. So let me see if I can get that. There. The only thing you can't do on these boxes is put anything really, yeah. Okay, I think I'm done. Can't put anything bulky on the inside because it won't close up then. So let me grab that. That's already stuck on. A friend that makes me smile. I would love to have a gold edge round that. I just don't know how to achieve it. I wonder if one of the circle punches might fit it. These are a bit so if you're not sure, if you don't want to waste any gold foil, and you're not sure if something will fit round, just punch it out of a different colour, something you've got a bit of lying around, and then you can see. So yeah, actually that's really nice. I'll just get a really small bordered edge round there. So let's punch that out of gold. Can't believe they've got rid of the circle punches. Cannot believe it. There's still a few in the catalogue, but they do, every time we go through a new catalogue, they seem to be getting rid of them. So I don't know whether people aren't buying them or whether they have an ulterior motive. But if you do want circle punches, grab them. Grab them before they go next time, so that's better. Alright, so that's just a little bit of gold foiling around the outside there. We'll stick this on. There. That's pretty much it done. So we've got our candle just with our little leaf coming up the front there, just as a bit of decoration. We could have used some of the where is it? Where is everything at the moment? I've got it out because it's part of the suite and I didn't even show you it at the beginning. So here it is. This is the speciality. Look at these. Speciality design series paper, the gold. Love these. I've used quite a lot already though, huh? So we could something like this. Good morning, Melanie. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so it's quite delicate. So you get 4 sheets, 2 of each, 1 of each of the ones I just showed you there. And what I'm going to do is cut this round, and then obviously that one's going to need to go, because that's only a part leaf, that's going to need to go under here, something like that. That looks quite nice. And we'll just grab a glue dot again, I think. So I'm going to trim that end off there. Thank you, Anita. It's one of these projects I keep thinking I'm done and then thinking, oh no, what else can I do? So let's stick a little glue dot. For those just joining, I'm using glue dots because I don't like attaching things permanently to candles, because really you shouldn't burn them with things on the front. So these can be taken off because we're only attaching them with glue dots. And then this leaf somewhere could go, let's trim that stem off. We don't want that. Want it in under all this. yeah, just like that. I don't even think I need to stick that one down. So that's nice. I like that. Yep. That is our candle. And then we've got our box here, To a Friend That Makes Me Smile. We close all that up. Pop the gold, the foiling is stunning, isn't it? I know. It is lovely. Pop that on there. Thanks, guys. That's a really nice reaction. Pop the lid on there, and that is our little candle box. Oh, it makes me want to do craft fairs again. Thank you, Clay. You honestly ought to have a go at these for your fairs. They say they sell really well. And then what you do is you take the lid off, just flops down like that, so the recipient gets a nice little surprise. Yep, love those, and quite quick, simple. You can batch make them as well because you do all your cutting separately. So yeah, nice little gift to give someone. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Claire. Thanks, Anne-Marie. Oh, I'm pleased we did that. I do like doing 3D projects. Right, so I said I was going to show you something, and I've got a little bit of a, bless him, I really, really love this plant because he had such a hard start. Okay, this is our French bean. We've only got one because the rest of them didn't germinate, and he germinated, and can you see, look, his little stem here, germinated, and then he got scorched in the sun when he was just a tiny little step of green coming out, and I thought he'd died, or Russ thought he'd died. No, that's where it happened. Look, can you see all that burning and scarring on his stem? So he's had a bit of a hard life, but look at him today. Oh, I'm so chuffed. I've nursed him back to health. So yeah, from all the others didn't germinate. We'd literally given up on them and let them go bone dry, and this one just poked his head up above the soil and then got scorched by the sun. And that's, yeah, he's coming back to life. I know, he's sweet, isn't he? Yeah. So I need to take extra special care of that one. Give him a bit of water. Well, thanks for joining me, guys. That's all I've got for you today. But I thought, yeah, thought we'd do something a little bit different. I'm glad you liked it. I'm going to put the details of that on my blog, I think. So all the measurements and everything are going to go on my blog whenever I get time. I might do it this afternoon. Yeah, he's a survivor. Absolutely, Anita. Yeah. I'm Louise. No, I'm not a plant technical person, expert at all. But he's a fighter. He's just, yeah, I feel like quite a bit of a relationship with this plant right now. So he's going to be soon going outside, I think. I need to harden him off, but gently. What's his name? He doesn't, I haven't named him, Sandy. We have to talk to our plants, don't we, Sandy? I'll tell you what, name's in a hat. Let me know what you think. What should he be called? Beanie. That's what I'd go for, Beanie. So all the details of this will be going on my blog. I hope you enjoyed it. I really did. Love making 3D projects. And nice to speak to you all. Nice to see you all. Mr. Bean. Anita. That's terrible. That's bad. Bless you. So, look after yourselves, guys. I won't be here on Friday. I have to go to work. I know, terrible. But yeah, I've got to go to work on Friday. So I won't be here on Friday. But I will be back next Tuesday. Bertie. Oh, I like that, Louise. Yes, Bertie Bean. It reminds me of Michaela's little boy called Bertie as well, doesn't he? Yep, I think we've decided it. Thanks, Jill. No worries. Lovely session as well. Right, look after yourselves, guys. Take care, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much indeed. Bye-bye.